Hi everyone, and welcome back to day 23 of Christmas in September here at Stamp with Anna. And today is the second day that we are going to be using the Cookie Cutter Christmas bundle. This stamp set is available in the annual catalog, and today we're going to be using the teddy bear, his bow tie, and some ears. And it comes with a coordinating punch, which is terrific, and I can punch out my bow and I can punch out my teddy bear. So this is the card we're going to make today, and it's kind of a split card that has a piece of acetate or a window sheet in the middle here, and when you can see the greeting through it when you open it up. Obviously, when you sign the card, you have to be conscious of that, so you could probably put your to whoever you're writing it to, and then your signature right down there, so it does work. So it's actually fairly simple to make, so let's get started. What we need is, I made my base out of very vanilla thick, and I cut it at a regular A2 size, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I have my window sheet that's 5.5 by, I think about 2 inches. 2 1/4 inches. Then I have 2 strips of garden green, and these are 5.5 by 1/4, and those are just to make things look neat on the inside. You certainly could do that with very vanilla if you wanted. I chose to do the green. Then we need 2 strips of garden green paper. These are 5.5 by 1 1/4. And then 2 strips of patterned paper. These are 5.5 by 1 3/8. This is, believe it or not, the end of my Trimetry stack that I've been trying really hard to use up. And I was fortunate that these plaids, the plaid design, worked beautifully for the sizing of my card. If you don't have that, if you just have regular print on it, you can just adjust it so that it comes out. It'll be easier to line up. I wanted to work within my squares. So the first thing we're going to do is cut our cardstock. Now, there is an easy way to do this, and I'll just clean up my track here for a minute. I've been cutting so much paper, I have lots of stuff in my track. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this score line right at the 1.5 point, and I'm going to slice that up. Now, I could have, when I cut my paper, just cut it to 5.5. No, excuse me, 5 3/4, and then just scored it at this point here, 4 1/4 inches in. But I decided to just cut the regular size card, and that way I wouldn't have to be fussing with strange and foreign measurements, because I'm so used to doing this. And then I'm going to turn this over at 1.5. And you end up with a strip of white paper, very vanilla paper left over, and that's fine. So the first thing we're going to do is attach our printed pieces. So we have our 2 garden greens, and we have the 2 pattern papers. So we're going to put some snail on our patterned papers here. I have just add a little bit of snail on my patterned piece, and I'm going to line that up here. I'm going to do the same on the other piece. Okay, and now I'm going to attach this to the bottom piece that I cut off. And it does go right up to the edge there on the side. Oops, I'm off camera, I'm sorry. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same on the top of my card. Okay, and there we go. Look at that, almost all done. Don't I say that all the time? Now we're going to take our piece of window sheet and we're going to put some snail along the edge of the inside of that, of the very vanilla, and then attach our window sheet. Okay, but now in order to line it up right, we're going to put some snail on the back of just that one along one length of this bottom piece. Then we're going to bring this piece down here, and we're going to line it up with the bottom of the card, and we're going to push. And here we have it. Our card is complete. Well, our mechanism is complete. Now we just have to decorate it. Now what we want to do is mark off, I should have done this before I put it together, is mark off with lightly with a pencil the center part, because we are going to stamp within that. Okay, and we just want to have a rough estimate of where we're going to stamp. Okay, and then we're just going to put that aside. Now we're going to do our stamping of our teddy bear and all of his other parts. Now he's photopolymer, so we're bringing in the Pierce mat, and I'm going to stamp his body in crumb cake. And I'm going to punch him out. Okay. And now I'm going to stamp his little ears. Now, unfortunately, the ears do not have a coordinating punch, so those have to be fussy cut out, and I do not like fussy cutting, but I'm going to have to. So, I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to try really hard not to mess this up. And I was told if you just keep your scissors still and move your paper, it's a piece of cake. I'm not sure it's a piece of cake, but it seems to be going well. We'll see when I turn it around. Yeah, I think he's got a little point in his ear. Okay, there are his ears. And I'm going to attach them to his head before I lose them. There they go. I'm going to stamp his little face in soft suede. I'm going to line this up and put that right in the center, right there. There's his face. Isn't he cute? Now I'm going to use cherry cobbler because that's what color is in my designer series paper. And I'm going to stamp a bow. I'm sorry, I'm off camera again. And now I'm going to punch the bow out. I'm going to attach the bow with a glue dot. And isn't he a precious little thing? Now I'm going to put a little bit of glue. I'm going to put him here so I have an idea of how much glue how much adhesive I need. So I'm going to put just a little bit on his feet and a little bit behind his head. I'm going to straighten out his ears. They look a little crooked. Okay, so I'm going to put some snail on his legs and a little on his ears. And I'm going to attach him right about here. Okay. Now the last bit of stamping we have to do is our inside sentiment. I'm going to stamp up the stamp that says "Have yourself a very Merry Christmas." Cute play on words. And I'm going to open my card up, and here are my two lines. So I want to stamp in between those two lines. So right about here. And now with my eraser, I'm going to come in and erase my lines. Perfect. And now we just want to cover up our mechanism back here. So like I said, I cut out a strip of garden green. You could certainly do that strip in Very Vanilla if you wanted to. Okay, you know what I did? I went off camera, and that little strip of paper that we cut out from the middle here, I decided I was going to use that so we can see the difference in how we cover our mechanism on the inside. So I've cut that little strip of paper that we cut out here in half, and now I'm going to attach that to the inside of the card and see if we like that better. Okay, there's one side. And here's the other side. Our mechanisms are covered on both of them. This one here, you open it up and it's all vanilla. This one you open it up and you get a pop of green. So I guess it's just personal preference, whichever you like. But in any event, there is our quick and easy window sheet very Merry Christmas card. And I think that's really cute. It's it'd be perfect for a little boy or a little girl for their first Christmas. The only thing I did different on this one that I didn't do on this was I sponged around my teddy bear. I'll see if I can get him off. If I can do that without ruining him. Yep. He's going to come right off. So let me do that. I always forget to do something when I'm on camera. So what I did was I just took a little sponge dauber and I went all around him just to give him a little bit of dimension. I thought he was looking a little flat there. It really does make a difference. Just, and then you're not doing, you know, it's not rocket science. It's just a little bit of dabbing. Let me just put a little more snail on him since I've taken him off. And I'm going to come right back and replace him where he was. There he is. Now, that's better. He has a little bit of dimension to him, don't you think? All right, well, there you go. There is day 23 of Christmas in September. So please come back tomorrow when we'll do one more card using this cookie cutter Christmas stamp set. If you have any questions about this project, please contact me through my blog, www.stampwithanna.blogspot.com. Thanks so much. See you tomorrow.